about 9:20. I woke up about 20 minutes ago, despite my alarm going off at 8 o'clock. We had wine for dinner last night, or with dinner, not for dinner. That would just be daft, just to have wine for dinner and nothing else. But we had wine with dinner last night. Because the glasses were still kicking around in the sitting room, I thought I'd use them to drink my morning Pepsi. Why not? These are unprecedented times, after all. So, because of the potential dehydration thing, I'm going to count the numbers of glasses of squash I drink today. This is number 1. This is why my editing takes so long. So this here is a mini project on the baking of the soda bread. I've done it as a separate project simply because it's got a lot of sped up film. And if I do too much of that on the main project, the program doesn't like it and everything all goes very, very slow and it is at risk of crashing. So I find it's actually easier to do these as mini projects. The whole thing, the whole making of the soda bread, the whole process, it's 1.5 minutes of film. And I'm not sure how well that's picking up on the camera. This tells you the time remaining. It's actually 10 minutes now, but when I first pressed export it was 20 minutes. So yep, 20 minutes to export a piece of recording or a video which is 1.5 minutes long. That's why this takes ages. So this is Thursday's video that I'm finally exporting. Look at that, just over an hour. So yeah, I'll be sitting over here in the corner waiting. Number 2. These are the strawberry seeds that I planted last month, possibly even the month before. I've totally lost count now. But they have started to sprout. But what I've noticed, if you look, each bunch of 3 has 2 normal leaves and 1 slightly spiky one, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure what that's supposed to signify, but they are growing. Three. I think this is number 4. I've just finished number 5. Now what I meant to do was say number 5, all burps have been edited out, and then press the record button to stop the recording. What I actually did was say all burps have been edited out and press the record button to start the recording. Number 5. So James suggested this afternoon it should be me that goes to the shop, so I actually get out of the flat, because I've not actually been out for the last week. To be honest, the thought of leaving the flat is making me slightly cautious, because I'm used to being at home, and this is my comfort zone now. Stepping outside the front door is just, that's too much outside my comfort zone for my comfort. Anyway, I'm off shopping with the buff. So I've got to the end of the street and I survived. It might be all okay.
go. The playground always locked, trains no winning teams. So I survived going shopping. There were some gaps on the shelf which did surprise me because I thought we'd got past that, but I've survived. Couldn't remember exactly how to use my debit card, but I survived. Sorry, there was a robin there. Where have you gone, Mr. Robin?
I went to the supermarket, I got the stuff we needed, I came back from the supermarket and I survived the whole experience. There are a couple of things I thought I'd videoed and hadn't managed to because I was pressing the buttons at the wrong time. There was other stuff I wanted to video but couldn't because people were standing there and I didn't want them to think that I was covertly filming them. But mission, go shopping, tick. So yesterday James was ordering a something angle grinder. He was ordering an angle grinder which fit on the end of a drill bit for the bread machine to try and hack into the bottom of the bread machine. And he said, well, as I'm going on Amazon, is there anything you want? And I said, oh, well, was this one book I was looking at. And he's like, yeah, fine, sure. And I was like, okay, that was quite nice. That was friendly. And it arrived today. And it's this. Just, I had to check. I was showing the right side. But it is a book about Portuguese knitting. I think this is fairly new on the market. It's by Rosa Pomar. You can see there. It's printed by Search Press. And I'm going to have fun reading it. So a couple of years ago, some time ago, I went on a workshop. It wasn't a workshop, it was a class about Portuguese knitting. And I really like the idea that the purl stitch is done garter stitch is done using the purl stitch, not the knit stitch, because the purl stitch is actually easier to do. I can't remember exactly how it's all set up, but basically you do the knitting by literally flicking your thumb. I thought that'd be really very cool to learn, so then I could knit nice big things in garter stitch. There's a project I want to do, which is a garter stitch cardigan, essentially. But I'd love to be able to do it in Portuguese knitting because it's so much easier than this kind of thing. Yeah, I need to be careful what hand gestures I'm making, otherwise it could look a little crude. So I'm going to go and read through that. I mean, not literally now this second, but yes, going to read through that and have lots of fun. So apparently, yes, we were told, oh, jeepers, this is all going out in some random order, isn't it? That's fine. I'll edit it together later. It's fine. That's what the editing suite is for. Anyway, at the lesson that I went to about Portuguese knitting, we were told that there were instructional videos online about how to do increases, decreases, various other techniques, but they were all in Portuguese. Now, if you speak Portuguese, that's great. I don't. So having a book in English, which hopefully will explain all of this, will be really useful. The other thing that was on Amazon were, as a customers who bought this also bought this, was offering James the chance to buy a knitting pin. And he looked at it and just goes, I have no idea what that is. He pulled it up and said, well, it's offering me that, but I don't know what it is. It's like, don't worry, darling, I already have one. Thank you, but I'm fine, I already have one. What is it? So I had to explain to him what the knitting pin was. But yeah, that's a fun thing for lockdown. We think this one might be 6. Yeah, it tastes like a 6. So I am probably the only person in the country who hasn't heard of the Baked Potato song by Matt Lucas until about yesterday. I'll put the link below. I think it was something he did for Shooting Stars, or it's something from previous in his career, which he's then reworked for the COVID crisis. And after singing it yesterday, was finding it online and singing it and watching lots of various videos of it and getting it on Earworm, that's what we're going to be having for dinner this evening. So apparently baked potato changed James's life. Baked potato showed him the way. If you want to know what's wrong from right, you must listen to what baked potatoes say. Currently starring in our microwave.
It's here, I want to be cooked quicker.
Now here comes the moment when I have to try and turn them over.
Thing is, I could help, but actually it's felt funny just watching you chase potatoes around the dish.
Thank you, dear.
Whatever the next drink, number 7 I think it is in the kitchen halfway through being drunk, whilst I am in the sitting room downloading all of the video I've taken from today from my phone onto the hard drive. And if you can hear noise in the background, that's our neighbour's music. Even if you can't hear a noise in the background, it's still our neighbour's music.